All right, I think I might be live. I'll just wait for this to pop up on YouTube here, and we'll get started. Okay. All right, looks like I'm live. Good morning. If it's morning where you are, it's morning here. I got some coffee in this nice, cool Super Nintendo mug. I was going to use my Developer on Fire mug, which I did use earlier this morning, that I got yesterday. I was on, if you're not familiar with Developer on Fire, it's a podcast, kind of like my podcast, if you've checked that out, the My Life with the Code podcast, but I was on episode 28, I think, of it. I don't have to guess, I can just show you. So, Dave Rail, who's the host, is now a friend of mine. And you can see he's interviewed a ton of cool people, including myself right here. Yeah, August Shenrikowski, My Life for the Code. Boom, there you go. So I would check that out. It's if you're a software developer, and even if you're not, if you're in the software space, it's a pretty good show. So. But again, my mug that I got yesterday, my wife decided to wash it after I used it this morning, so now I don't have it. Uh-oh. Hey, honey. Well, it looks like my daughter's making another cameo. Oh, your baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is fine, and this one is purple.
Okay.
It's not funny.
It's not, okay, it's not funny.
It's mad.
They're mad?
No, this one is sad, this one is happy.
That one's happy, okay.
No, that one is sad.
That one's sad, that one's happy.
No, this one is sad.
Okay.
Because this one hurt.
Okay.
The girl.
Okay. So I had a total brain fart yesterday, and I don't know what I was thinking with this ortho thing. I had, let me see if I can undo what I did. I had like this weird ratio. My brain was going numb or something. Anyways, literally it just needs to be set up to essentially the dimensions of the window to get the proper aspect ratio. And there you've got an actual square versus kind of a rectangle, which is what I had yesterday. Yeah, so fix that. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I did that. So if you're not familiar with like these last two numbers here, this is like the plane, the closest plane you're going to see, and then the farthest plane. So anything that exists in this virtual space outside of 100 units away from you will just not be visible. If you've ever played games like Counter-Strike and stuff like that, I think you can set the view distance in there manually. Well, no, not Counter-Strike. Probably EverQuest 2. Or MMOs do this a lot just because there's so much going on in the world. So, anyways, so today, this morning, I've got a little bit of time here before I have to quick take a shower and get my car in for an oil change. So, what was I going to do? Oh, you know what? I'm going to shut the door quick. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take very long. The door is just right there. Just if you want to see kind of where I code, I never did that. This is kind of my office for now until I have a new kid on the way, actually. So you can see there's kind of a couch back there. Got a nice window over there. I got some cool art on the wall. Signed picture of William Shatner. I got a TV up above, some router and stuff there. This is probably bad. Maybe I'll do this when I actually get a decent camera. Anyways, so that's where I'm coming out of here. And I got some stuff over there as well. Some nerdy stuff. That's kind of cool. That's a Video Game High School poster. If you've never watched that series, it's really cool. There's a Big Bang Theory art up there. Yeah, so anyways. This is kind of my fun little man room type thing, I guess. I don't know if you'd call it a man cave type deal. It's my office until, again, our new... Oh, goodness, I hope no family's watching this because we haven't really announced it yet. Well, we'll see. Until our new one comes probably sometime this fall. Hopefully this fall. I mean, hopefully comes, nothing goes bad. I mean, things can... Anyways, you know what I'm saying. So, what I need to do here is what? So I got a square up yesterday. You know, I want to get a cube. A cube rendered. And, I mean, I think I can put... Well, I know you could probably do a 3F vertex thing here. And put it out into space. Actually, I can probably show off that far near thing. So if I just say that this, okay, 0 to 100, so let's just put this at like 50. Yeah, that's weird that you need the zeros in there. I seriously didn't think that was a requirement. Might be messing up my C# on that. So, as you can see, it went away. Why did it go away? Do I need to go negative on that? So this should be my Z coordinate. Unless because it's sort of... okay, yeah, so there it is. So I need to go 50 back. So 0 to 100 out, but 50 away from me. Negative 50, the Z-axis is coming back and forth like this. But you see the actual image did change because it's an orthogonal projection. Which is set up here, ortho. That's what I was playing with this morning. Which just means everything is essentially drawn in 2 dimensions. It doesn't matter how far away it is, I think. Yeah, I'm guessing anyways. Now if I change this to perspective, that should fix it. And you get a different thing. Blue perspective, maybe? Rediscovering 3D programming all over again. Field of view, which I can't remember what that is. Let's just set it to a number. Aspect 1920F divided by 1080F. Is that how I do that? Probably not. You can see how stupid I was yesterday. Thinking, oh, just divide them out and take the aspect and time. I don't know what I was doing. You know, let's just see what happens if I do that. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, wait. What did I break? Oh, no. Oh, and of course, glue perspective doesn't exist. Quick Google. Make sure I've got the right one. OpenGL set perspective, glue perspective. Field of view. Oh yeah, that's angle in degrees. Wow. Probably don't want 1,000 degrees of view. Probably not. No. I think if I remember, it's like the human eye is what, like 45, something like that. OpenGL. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting much out of this. I don't have enough time to really dig into this yet. But I think what I really should do is bring up my, go and cheat and bring up my old college code and take a look at what I did back then. And OpenGL. Oh. Yeah, I think that glue perspective, and it was probably 45 is what I was thinking it should be. But obviously I'm missing a reference to it. Gosh, look at me being all dumb. Okay, so I need to get glue perspective, which is probably something I just need to include here. Perspective, maybe it'll tell me what it belongs to. Glue 32, which is probably what I was expecting it needs. Glue32.web. Let's just try adding that in there. Apply save. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that it's far away now, not close up. So if we want to move closer to it, we could move the, okay. How do we move closer to it? So the camera itself is at the origin, right? And so this thing is out in space, -50 out here, and it's really small, but it's really just 1, 1. Now if I bring that in, it should change, right? So if I go to like 10, 10. So there it's bigger. You can see, so it's getting closer to me, which is what I'd expect it to do. Now the real question is, how do I, it's probably this model view matrix. What we got to do is build an FPS camera, right? OpenGL. Again, don't really know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, glue look at, I remember that. The eye, okay, so you provide it where the eye is, where it's going, and which way up is, as I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. Camera. It should only contain need to eye, transform eye space coordinates into clip coordinates. Place camera transformations on the model view matrix and never on the GL projection matrix. Okay, so really I need to translate would I do this? GL translate transform. What is it? OpenGL transform. GL translate, just GL translate, huh? GL translate. Translate D. Oh, yeah, it is translated. D for double, float for F. That would make a lot of sense. Translate F. And let's go like -10 over. Just see what happens, right? We're experimenting here. I don't see anything now. Of course, let's just go over by 0.5 F. Okay, so I've gone, camera's moved over. You would expect it to go like that. So let's go like, oops, what the hell did I do? 7. Okay, let's go like 10, or 1 rather. Oh, what did I do now? Oh, stupid thing. Okay. This whole thing is not in a loop, so it's static. I wonder if I do this down here. Actually, maybe I don't need to do that. I've already set the matrix mode. Ah. We'll just slowly move over x minus equals 0. Actually, I'll just do this right after. What am I putting that way down here for? 0.001 f. Let's just see if that does anything. Yeah. This is really pissing me off. There I go. Woo! Got a square moving. So why? Let's make that a little slower. So I'm here. Ah, the world, the model is moving this way, negative, which makes me move positive. Now, if I was to do reload this after I do that, I bet we'd have the opposite way. No. Why wouldn't we? Let's just take that out entirely and see what happens. Same thing. So I'm a little lost as to why that is, but whatever. Now if I plus it, there it goes. Let's move it to Y and see what happens, okay? Oops. Goes up for positive and down for negative. Obviously, whoops. angle. Wonder what that'll do. Oh, no. Let's just go like around the x-axis, right? Surprised that didn't do anything. Actually, let me just go around the origin. So I'm just playing around, seeing what things do here. That rotation is, I can't tell if it's extremely slow or if it's not rotating at all. So let's speed that up. Not rotating at all. So I probably need to be like, oh, there it went. So it's probably going in a humongous circle. Why is it speeding up? Holy cow. What am I doing? Let's leave this constant and change this one, so what happens. GL rotate. Multiply the current matrix by the rotation matrix. Specifies the angle of rotation in degrees. Specifies the x, y, and z coordinates of a vector respectively. Well, yeah, I know that. Produces a rotation angle degrees around a vector x, y, z. Okay. So really, I don't want to be on that. I want to be on Z, don't I? Yep, there we go. So now it's pointing out towards me, and I'm rotating around it. You can see. And it's just multiplying it every time, which is why it was speeding up. So really, if I wanted to go like 45 degrees, every frame it goes around 45 degrees. 10. Yeah, I got some spinning squares. I'm pro 3D programmer now. Now, what if I also, if I go around 2 axes? Whoa, wow, 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 wow. Not cool, it says. This one should be okay. Anyways, so that's interesting, doing rotations like that. It's all coming back to me now. I could scale it, translate it, okay. GL begin. I'm not calling that anywhere. Delimit the, oh no, yeah, I am right here. Quads. So yeah, so I can move stuff around, but am I moving the camera or am I moving the world? I'm not really sure. OpenGL 3D camera. I'm gonna have to bring up, maybe I'll do this later today. When I get some more time, I'll do another stream. Launch my old computer there and look at my old code from college, which is atrocious. I put everything into an H file for this one project. I have no idea why. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know better than what I was doing then, which is learning, right? Of course, now I can't remember any of this OpenGL stuff, so I don't know. Creating my own camera. That's well, this Nihi one is probably pretty good. Center target camera. Oh yeah, I remember. We had this whole big thing for creating cameras in college, and I didn't remember. I didn't know what any of it was. Because our professor provided us with a camera class, and I think he probably went through it, but I don't remember anything about it. Fixed it, kind of. The problem was the GL wall matrix. Projection, load identity, frustum, model view. Left, right, down, up, near, far. Drag, create, clear the color depth buffers, render past, then I call load identity. Translate F. Well, one thing I never really quite did is try putting this X. Because we're on the Z-axis, right? So this should make it go far away until I can't see it anymore because it's gone beyond the 100 or whatever. Boom, there it went away. Yeah, okay, so you know what I'm going to do is look up some key movement. SDL2 keyboard. And what I want is just WASDA keyboard. I should actually just go back to this. I'm sure he's got something on keyboard input. Actually, I think he did, just for turning on and off the quad in here. So there's a render quad. Initialize. Color, get model view, identity, clear color, handle keys. Key down event. That's what I want. So here's my, what's he got? So handle key press with current mouse position. I want to know the particular key. Actually, I'm just going to search for SDL key down. Type key down or key up. Event. Let's repeat. KimSim is the key presser. Physical key, virtual key. Scan codes. Okay. I forgot about physical versus for virtual key. Scan codes represent the physical positions of the keys, modeled after standard QWERTY key codes. Okay. Yeah, so okay, so generally scan codes are the true values emitted by the keyboard, the OS, while the key code is what the OS maps to. Okay. Scan codes versus key codes, I guess. Scan codes versus key codes. So scan codes are what the keyboard emits. Key codes are what the operating system emits. That being said, I probably always want it to be WASA. So I want to go get a scan code. So event dot keysim. SDL keyboard event. This probably gives me some code somewhere in here anyways. Key down, print, key release. Event.key. And what do they use for their print key info? And this is the keyboard event. Okay, so based off of that, it's interesting that that's how they would do that. This is just an event. The event gets pulled, keyboard passes the data to the print key info, so event key, which ends up being a keyboard event. If it's type, is SDL key up, so it carries the event down. Scan code. I'm just gonna kind of look at it like this. So. Not that one. Kind of hack that in there. Just to, there we go. Okay. Did that throw something? Okay, now I need to look at the console. Scan code. That down there. So we go A. Okay, so I can look at those. And then I want to look at the particular scan code for it. SDL scan code for W. Okay, so that's as easy as that. Dot scan code equals SDL scan code W. Then I want to take X, which I'm currently messing up down here, which I currently have on the Z axis, right? So I want to move toward it, which means I want to do the opposite of what was just happening. So I've got to do plus equals 0.01 else if key keysim.scan code S, obviously, for we'll just subtract that off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Huh, that's kind of weird. Oh. So as I'm holding it, it's actually buffering in there. See, like I release it. So that's on key down. But I need to not do that necessarily like that. I don't know if it's just polling too fast or what. SDL key. So if I press up or down, it continues. So like I don't have it on there, so like once that key event happens, it's continuing to affect X. So it keeps hitting this path every time. Even though I don't have a key down event. Whoa. That's interesting. So I'm not hitting the event every time. I'm just multiplying. I set the matrix. I probably have to clear the matrix every time, right? Okay, so yeah, now that I do that, I can press the key down and it doesn't just fly in like that. So let's adjust this a little bit. So what it does is it multiplies the matrix out once, but the matrix keeps transforming, which is kind of weird. Okay, see? There I'm moving towards it, there I'm moving away from it. Right? That's kind of what I wanted. Of course, this is not X, it's Z. Oh, I can't just rename. Oh, yes, I can now. Nice. Good job, Visual Studio. Way to go. Alright, so the other thing I need to affect is X if I want to move left and right versus forward and back, right? And obviously, I need to eventually make something that represents a vector. I think I want those to happen independently. A, D. Actually, I want them to cancel each other out too if you double press everything. So in this case, it'll be the X that moves. We don't want to move up and down with Y, so. So now we're strafing, technically. Interesting. So it does have the key repeat. So if I hold it down, I'm actually repeating here. But as soon as I hit another key, now I'm no longer repeating. It stops reading the first key and reads the second one. So how do we get it to read? Key down and key up event. So key type equals key up release. I found that people using keyboard events for games and other internet don't always understand the fundamental point. Keyboard events only take place when key states change from beginning to end. Imagine you have an image of an alien you want to move around the cursors. People examine the following code. It highlights an error many people have made, which is probably me. Yeah, I'm making essentially what the error is. You think it's perfectly reasonable for code to task. Proper game movement. So yeah, of course, on key down you set the velocity, and on key up you turn it off. So yeah, in mono game, when I use that, you have to say, okay, was the key down and now is it up, or is it down now? Yeah. So this is no big deal. Let's see, I've got about 10 minutes left here. I'm going to really quick. I don't think that they give us the equivalent of a vector class in OpenGL, do they? Well, you know what? I'm going to make my own just for fun anyways. And I'll have to do a 3D vector because... Anyway, so we'll just add new item, h-file, vector2.h. Actually, we'll just put vector.h, and then well, I want a vector3, but we'll put all sorts of vector type stuff in here. Vector h. I haven't checked my dashboard and seen if anybody. Anyways, and if vector2. Actually, I want a vector3 to start, right? Float x, float y, float z. No, I think I was using floats, so I should make a vector3f and then a vector3d, and actually I'll do that right to start. I don't really need much else than that right now. I will create functions or whatever for it later, but actually I'll create an init kind of a thing, because when you create it, obviously it's not there. So some weird stuff that I do. What am I doing wrong? Oh yeah, it's not found yet because I haven't created it. Include vector.h. Actually, I could just mem set the whole thing, but basically better do that before it yells at me. Now, what I should do is init it to what they pass, not just set it to, because what's the point of that? Float x, float y, float z. X, y, z, right? All right, so in here, this is more like my position, sort of. It's not really quite my position, but whatever. Oops. vector 3f init position to 0.0f. I don't really have much time here left. Suppose it would help if I got rid of that though. And we'll just go down here and do that. I'm wondering if my normal... See, normally what I do is for a lot of stuff is I just do a lot of heap allocation because it doesn't really matter in some types of applications, but here I'm doing it on the stack, so I wonder if my normal way of doing things really makes sense. Yes, honey? Sometimes I'll do this kind of thing. Why? What's wrong? Anyways, I don't know. I'll think about that. So that's still working, but obviously my key mapping is still hooked up, which I wouldn't expect it to be fixed because I haven't done anything to actually fix it yet. Just trying to clean things up here. But I need to have something where... So really what I need to do here is generate kind of like an input state thing that pulls a keyboard, gets the state of each thing, or monitors the state of each thing on a loop, and then I can just ask it, okay, what was this key down? Was the X key down, or was the Y key, or the W, the ASD key down? And if so, then actually move my position around. So that's really what I should do. So I need like an input state kind of manager type thing, and that's probably what I should create next. I'll probably too have to explain kind of some of the styling here and why I choose to do it this way, and I should probably not do it that way. And I'm assuming that these will almost always be floats. You know what? I'm gonna change that actually. I'm gonna assume that if I don't give it something, it is a float. And if I give it a D, it's a double. That way I don't have to. 'Cause I don't like having this 3 or this F in here. It really pisses me off. I don't know why. So if I put D, then it'll be double, but by default, it'll be a float. Which I'll go back in here. Okay. That still works. So yeah, so if I get some time later today, when I go streaming again, I'm going to probably build some sort of input state manager. Stuff is pretty rough here because I really don't know what I'm doing. This first stuff is just kind of learning about. My dog's going nuts out there. It's kind of learning about SDL and remembering how to do some OpenGL stuff and all that. So I'm not really getting into the game development stuff. Maybe I might do sometime here in the near future is run through just kind of a more rapid development using Cold Steel, which is this library I've been kind of building on top of MonoGame. At least for the last Ludum Dare I built it. And kind of prior to that, I built another prototype. So it's kind of this emerging thing that I've been working on. But that's built on top of MonoGame. That's all C# and that. And It's a lot faster, obviously, because a lot of this stuff is built, and I'm not doing 3D in it. It's just 2D, so I might go through that too. But yeah, most of this, what I'm writing now, is just throwaway code, so don't pick on me too bad. All right, well, thanks for watching. If anybody watches out there, I think I'm going to be doing this a lot, doing live streaming. So please consider subscribing to my stream, my YouTube channel. Probably try to put some more content on here that's not just me, I guess screwing around with this SDL stuff. So, but have a good day. I'll probably be on later again. So.